instructions for people who might want to make public comments by accessing the links below. We would like to call to order the meeting for tonight. Ms. Van, do you want to honor us with the Pledge of Allegiance? Van, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you honor us with the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes.
Let's wait until we have the flag up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I pledge
allegiance
To the
to the
flag.
flag
to the flag of the United States
of the
of
United
America
States of America,
and to the
America.
republic
to
for
the
which it
republic
stands,
for
Republic.
which stands
Stands
one nation under
one
God,
nation under God,
under God.
indivisible with liberty and
indivisible, with
justice for all.
justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to go to the roll call. I'm going to start with Ms. Van. You're present.
Present.
Ms. Thelma. I don't see her. Mr. Rosario.
Yes, present.
Okay. Mr. Vishal.
Present.
Candy.
Present.
Vishal.
Yeah.
Thank
Present.
you. Ms. Eileen Thon.
Present.
So I'm present. That means we have 5. Mr. Casanova. Ms. Kavita.
I'm here, present.
Okay. So right now there are 5 members, and we're going to seat alternate. So in this case, Ms. Kavita, you will be seating. Okay.
Okay.
So that means 6 of us at this point.
Mhm.
We haven't heard from Ms. Batillo and Mr. Casanova. Okay. You have seen the agenda. Who wants to make a motion to approve the agenda unless there are any changes or any concerns regarding the agenda?
I move that today's meeting, special meeting, be approved.
Thank you, Mr. Rosario. Anyone wants to second the?
I second it.
Thank you. Ms. Van, you seconded, so is that aye?
Aye.
Mr. Rosario?
Aye.
Mr. Gandhi? Mr. Gandhi?
Oh, sorry. I was
Okay.
on mute.
Thank you. Ms. Eileen?
Aye.
Ms. Kavita?
Aye.
And I myself, the motion to approve the agenda has passed. Now we're going to look for approval of the meeting minutes from April 7. You received those. Who was present on April 7th who would like to make a motion of approval of the minutes unless there are some changes? or corrections need to be made?
I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
And this is Vishal. I second it.
Thank you very much. Let me go faster with the vote. Ms. Van, you said yes, correct?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Rosario,
Yes.
Mr. Gandhi,
Yes.
Ms. Eileen,
Yes.
Ms. Kavira,
I abstain.
thank you. And I'm say yes, Mr. Leon, Oscar. Okay, thank you very much. Public forum, any interested public members may provide comments to the commission on any subject not on the agenda via Zoom. Commenters may state their name and address for the record and shall limit their remarks to, in this case, only 1 minute. We are really a tight agenda and we have only an hour. We need to be done by 6:30 due to city meetings that are going to be held right after our meeting. Commenters may state their name and address for the record and shall limit their remarks. And as an unagendized item, no response is required from the commission or city staff. However, the commission may request the staff to agendize the item for a future meeting. Any public forum? Any member of the public?
There are no public comments at this time.
Okay, thank you. Announcements? Do we have announcements?
Yes, we do. Excuse me, it's just trying to unmute. Yes, so just wanted to announce to the commission and the community that Commissioner Kathaporkar has resigned. As such, there is a permanent opening on the commission. Any interested parties should email the mayor and the city clerk requesting to be considered. You will have to apply formally if you have not already submitted an application, but the city clerk's office can guide you through that process. In the meantime, feel free to reach out to staff if you have any questions about joining the commission and what that would entail. We're happy to answer any questions, but just wanted to let the commission know if they know somebody that wants to be considered, they should email the mayor and the city clerk for more information and to be considered.
Thank you, Robert. Now we move to number 9, business items. Actually, this is our today's agenda. So we're going to go to number 9A, the summary of CAC recommendations. City staff will present the summary of CAC priorities, feedback, and recommendation for CAC consideration.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, please.
So I say last month, but 2 weeks ago, we met on April 6th to hear comment from all of the applicants and to release the results of the community needs survey, as well as to hear the recommendations and the feedback from the commissioners regarding their responses to the community needs survey and where they feel the city council should prioritize CDBG dollars for this fiscal year. We have emailed everybody. Please let me know that you could see this. I'm going to take off the arrow. Can you see that feedback document, Chair?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 second here. I'm going to delete that. Okay. So we have sent everybody this document, which we believe accurately reflects the feedback given to staff by the commission. But now we present it to you, and Chair, I will turn it over to you to lead the discussion to let us know if this document accurately summarizes the voice of the commission as the recommendation that we will provide to the city council. So just as a reminder, this will be included in the agenda report to the city council for the May 4th city council meeting to discuss CDBG funding. With that, Chair, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Robert. I would like to hear from commissioners regarding this document, that the way that it was prioritized and where should our recommendation to the city council should go. We already have these areas that were included. We mentioned it about public services, capital improvement, housing issues, and COVID-19 responses. Any comments that we would like to add to emphasize our recommendation to the city council? Please, I would like to hear from each commissioner, and then we can include maybe and look at those inclusions into this current document. Ms. Van, do you have any anything that you want to add to this feedback that we will submit it to the city council?
Thank you, Chair, for asking. I would like to thank the staff and the team for putting this summary together, which reflect our discussion at last meeting. I have nothing more to add to it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Commissioner Rosario?
Yes, looking into the CDBG simplified application here, the three public service requests, there's an amount shown, capital improvement requests also, funding requests, economic development. But this project, the 15 projects which were identified, they don't have funding for this, for COVID-19?
Well, you're talking about capital improvements, you're talking economic developments. What are you talking, Commissioner Rosario?
Looking into the list, it says here the combined total of all requests is 1,807,771.02. Public service requests 1,212,000, something like this. And then capital improvement is 323. Economic development has 215. Program administration, fair and housing is 56,000. But it says here 15 projects were identified as having a goal to prevent, prepare, and respond to COVID-19. There was no amount shown here. So there's no funding for this?
The way it is done is we have all the applicants and we have our role as CAC Commission is basically prioritized, and then is the city council who will decide the allocation to each area. Our feedback, our input is regarding what are our priorities according to the eyes of the CAC, where the funding could go. We are not determining dollar by dollar or anything like that. That's something that the city council will deal and do once the priority presented by us is analyzed.
Okay, so maybe this 15 projects will be discussed by the city council then, maybe, to consider, I guess.
Correct. Based on our feedback, city council will then make some decisions. But of course, you can emphasize regarding all these 4 areas or which one, if you want to add anything else with what we recommended or we mentioned it on the last meeting.
Okay, all right. I understand. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Gandhi, Vice Chair Gandhi.
I think it summarizes well what we discussed in the last meeting. So I think I'm good with the thing.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair. Commissioner Aileen.
Thank you, Chair. I think I just have more of a comment. So I noticed a lot of these categories actually also overlap. So addressing food insecurity and domestic violence prevention, I think overlaps with the COVID-19 response. I don't know if that makes a difference or how these items were categorized. And just, I guess I'm just noting that I think a lot of these items mentioned overlap in categories. But other than that, I think this addressed everything that we discussed. So I have no additional comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Thorne. Commissioner Kavira.
I wasn't present at the last meeting, but I did provide input via the survey. So I mean, I think there's nothing more than what's already reflected here, but I kind of sort of also want to say that certain aspects do overlap, like the supporting individuals with developmental disabilities and children and youth in the COVID-19 response, especially those in special education. That kind of overlaps, but not necessarily across the board. So that's it. I think it's I'm okay with whatever has been summarized here.
Thank you. I really like the way that it was we discussed it and was put it out by the city, by the staff regarding the emphasis of these 4 areas. Even though, as it was mentioned, some areas are overlap, and we truly understand that. That's something that the city council will have to deal with it. My only 5 cents is that to me, I think the vast majority coincide with public services being in public service with COVID-19 response are kind of interlap, are essential and crucial for our recommendation, especially addressing all the special needs for individuals as well as all the special groups of low income housing and everything that evolves over there. I know that at this point we're giving recommendations based on the priorities of where our CDBG funding should go. I just want to reiterate the fact that there are some areas that were very low in emphasis, like economic development and some capital improvements. And capital improvements, I want to just address the fact that capital improvement for me is very good and important when we are dealing with low housing, rent, landlords and low income housing that helps our community. Not necessarily for me, capital improvement talks about capital improvement for the agencies. So I would like to differentiate that under capital improvement, at least when I was recommending as part of our feedback, it was capital improvement for the low-income landlords and housing in that area, in that aspect, and not for the agencies' better improvement of their facilities. The same thing with housing. To me, was give priority under housing for homeless and also for seniors, and not necessarily deviate as much as that. We wish we can provide support to those 15 or more agencies, but we, according to my eyes, we need to, in this case, because of the current circumstance, to look for the groups that are part of our center of services. Low income, student with disabilities, seniors that are usually the heart of what the CDBG should be, according to my eyes. Thank you very much to the city staff that was able to put together all these from our comments. I don't have anything else to add besides what I just mentioned.
Thank you, Chair. So if we have a few, it looks like we have a few items to just modify this document. Nothing major as I heard it. So if there's no further comments on the document, Chair, then if you could request a motion to approve the feedback consistent with the document and the feedback suggestions are heard tonight, and then put it up for a motion, for a vote, I should say. That would be great.
Thank you. So I would like to hear if there's any motion to approve the CAC commission.
Chair, I apologize, Chair. Just 1 second. We do have an attendee in the Zoom, so I just want to make sure that we provide an opportunity for public comment for the agenda item.
Perfect,
So,
perfect.
If you would like to give public comment, please let us know. And
Please, any public comments regarding what we just discussed?
I don't see any hands raised for public comment. So thank you, Chair, for allowing that.
Yes, my apologies. I should look at that. So at this point, we have the CAC commissioners' feedback with some, I don't know if you call it adding or special comments regarding some of our opinions that it will be included in this document and will be presented to the City Council. I would like to hear if there's any motion to move forward in that matter.
I make a motion to approve this document and bring it forward to the council.
With the new comments included or without?
I don't see what the new comments are here, but so with the new comments included.
Thank you.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Ms. Van Lan, you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Rosario,
Yes.
Mr. Gandhi,
Yes.
Ms. Zahn,
Yes.
Ms. Kavita,
Yes.
and yes from myself. So this motion was approved. Thank you for your support. We're moving to the next item. Mr. Robert.
Give me a quick second here and I'll have it back up. You should see the agenda and
Yes.
I'm just gonna, oh, there we go.
Any report? City liaison reports. Councilmember Chua, you have any report?
Sure. Thank you, Chair. Hello, everyone. Nice to see everyone again. The City Council approved the general plan. And what is the general plan? The general plan is actually a roadmap on how we will develop our city in the next 20+ years. The last time we have an update to our general plan was about 20+ years ago. So it details out and maps out where the commercial, industrial, residential, and we have a new one right now, which is the combination of commercial and residential areas, which is really good for the city. So I'm really excited about this because it is a roadmap for us and how to develop it. How do we address our affordable housing, and how do we keep our small businesses, our commercial areas, our industrial areas. These are the revenues from there is how we operate the city. So it's very important aspect of governing the city. Also, the city council is finalizing a number of items, and a couple of those you will be involved. Number one is Beautify Milpitas. I know CAC will be part of it somehow, and also revitalization of Main Street. There's a lot of things that we are planning or looking into. I know Assistant City Manager RBC is leading the charge for this revitalization of Main Street, and CAC will be a big part of this as well. And also, I just would like you to know that CDBG COVID grants was discussed last council meeting. So that would be part of the discussion when your recommendation to the city council comes up. Another one is the ADUs. We now have ADU Mondays. ADUs are granny homes. So the city, through the building safety and housing planning and IS teams, we now have on the website, any resident can go into the website and schedule a meeting, and staff will answer anything related to ADUs and granny homes, which is really exciting. Also, another thing that is being finalized is Safe ADU legalization program. As you know, we have a lot of unpermitted ADUs in our city, and now we're having an amnesty to those unpermitted ADUs, which I think please communicate that to your sphere of influence, because that's really important. And also, one of my initiatives in addressing affordable housing is being finalized as well. It's the amendment to the Affordable Housing Ordinance, which will give no option to the developers to pay in lieu fee, but instead they have to develop affordable housing, 15% of affordable housing. So we've been busy, like you guys have been busy. So see you next time. Great. Looking forward of seeing your recommendations to the City Council in the next few meetings. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councilmember Chua. City staff?
Chair, this is Ashwani Kantak, Assistant City Manager. And I just wanted to add to what Councilmember Chua said about Main Street revitalization. We are initiating kind of the start of the conversation around Main Street. So we have a few community conversations set up. The first one is on April 29th. So I'd encourage people to join, and it's kind of on different areas. So we're going to be talking first about business and economic development, then about housing, and then the last one is kind of the historical context for Main Street. So even before we start the planning process, we'd like to hear from the community. So would encourage everybody to join, and we can follow up with information and links to the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Robert, I think there's a chat comment.
Let me pull it up real quick.
And
That was me. I posted it.
Councilmember Chua, can you give me a call later, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Robert, can we?
I don't. Chair, I don't have your number.
I'm going to put it, I don't know, problem to put it on the chat now.
Okay.
Anybody knows my number.
Oh, really? Okay.
And Commissioner Sridhar, you're asking about clarity about the amendment to the Affordable Housing Ordinance. Is that your question?
Yeah, I was just asking if it's possible for us to, is there a document, or is there a little more clarity that Council Member Chua can offer with regard to that? What exactly was the amendment or the substance of it, if that's okay?
Through the chair, it's really a very basic amendment to the Affordable Housing Ordinance, saying that the developers can no longer have the option to pay fees instead of developing 15% of affordable housing. What we have now is, let's say a developer is developing 100 units. So they can either develop 15 units as affordable housing, or they can pay fees. And they do, there's an algorithm on how much it costs for the 15 units. My amendment is not to give them that option, to have them develop the 15 units. There's no option for them to pay fees.
That's wonderful. Okay, great. Thank you so much for clarifying that.
Thank you for asking, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, if there's no other city staff report,
Nothing from the city staff.
huh? Do we have any other one?
No further update from staff. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any motion to adjourn? And Robert, I made it.
You were great,
Sorry.
Chair.
Any motion to adjourn the,
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
thank you, Ms. Cavida. Anyone want to second it?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Eileen. I'm in favor. Ms. Van,
Yes?
thank you.
Sorry, I
That just
turned off
means
the
yes.
mic.
Okay. Mr. Rosario,
Yes.
good. Mr. Gandhi,
Yes.
great. Ms. Zon, you said yes, and Ms. Cavida, you made
Made
the
the
motion. So thank you very much for participating, and looking forward to when the city is going to discuss these items, and see you in a few weeks for our next CAC meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good job, Chair. Good evening.